ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Kingskagan, give it up for your host, the one, the only.
Good evening. We are here today with two representatives of Dupont. They're gonna talk a little about the Proxy fight they had a couple of years ago with another investor.
Okay, good afternoon. I'm Ellen Coleman. I'm the CEO of the Dupont's company, and I'm here with one of my partners of the board directors. And here in this afternoon, we are going to explain a little bit of the proxy fight that we had years ago. So to give some background of the situation that we were having, in 2013, Nelson Peltz, there was trial of the partners. He owned roughly 3% of the DuPonts, and after purchasing 1.6 billion worth of the shares in the company. So all this fight that we were having with him, he proposed the famous white paper. He was trying to restructure the plans that we were having in the company. In 2014, he sent us a letter to DuPont's board directors. He was stating that the DuPont's conglomerate structure is destroying the value, and the purpose of the Trian initiatives has to be maximize the shareholder of the value. So the goal of Trans was to see the DuPont create one public company focusing in his five faster growing businesses. And another one was to generate cash flow. So in this letter that he sent us to the commit, he proposed that, and also 3 points that he wanted to change in the company. The first one was commit the elimination of unnecessary holding company cost, the implementation of a zero-based budgeting, and the time frame for best-in-class revenue growth in the margins in each business by segment. So the other one was commit to a shareholder-friendly capital the allocation policy at the growth and highly cash generatives. And the last one, it was to implement the following corporate governance initiatives. So the first one, it was to put an end to extraordinary charges, to commit the best-in-class transparency and the consistency of the reporting. So Peltz believed that these initiatives could possibly double the value of the DuPont stocks over the next 3 years. But Peltz, in his letter, he included that DuPont's board discussed adding the trend representative and the industry inside of the board. But the idea has to be, his idea was rejected. So that was a little bit of the background of this conflict.
Well, now, as my partner said, the most important parties in this conflict were Nelson Pest and us, Dupont. So at the end of how this conflict went off, it was like Nelson Pest wanted to add 4 directors to the company board, and sitting one of them of the biggest battles ever initiated by an activist investor. And the problem was solved by session of votes in which the shareholders that we have needed to vote between the list of Nestle, Pest, and DuPont. After a couple of time reviewing all the lists and the options, the winner was DuPont's list. And after this victory, we can know that the board and management of DuPont has present clear case that their business strategy will create superior value over a near to medium term horizon, and also can prevail over activist investors and over the proxy advisors' tendency to recommend in favor of at least some of the activist nominees. As the point, this can sometimes be accomplished through better articulation of project long-term effects and to avoid future problems or misunderstandings. And well, with DuPont's rainforest wind, these activities, even those an influential aspects, we can know that DuPont has a lot of power and knows what he's doing about all this kind of economy and transactions and what's happening in his economy. I don't know if Paulo has any question about the company or something do you want to talk about?
Yeah, no questions to ask you guys. The only thing I want to add to the public is a little bit about the DuPont's current situation. That after some investigation, I found out that in 2017, a 20-year-long legal fight against DuPont came to an end, resulting in a $670 million fine to compensate for over 3,500 people affected by your company's chemical contamination in an American small town. And following this legal fight, DuPont started losing stocks value, which got even worse after 2019, when you split into three different companies, just to better work, because each of these companies started working in different aspects of science and agriculture and things like that. However, ever since this split, your stock, I I acknowledge that your stock has been only been rising again, and that's impressive. So just to sum it up, guys, we just talked to two representatives of the DuPont company, and they talked about their proxy fight and how they won against the other investor. So thank you very much for you two, and good evening to our viewers.
Thank you for inviting us to the show.
Yeah, thank you. See you.